Hi, welcome back to Devils United. With me, I have got Static and I've got Talk MU. How are you both?
Hey, I'm good.
I was waiting for you, Static.
I was waiting for you too, Talk.
Yeah. Oh, that's polite of you. Let me go first. Thank you. Yeah, no, I'm good, Maisie. Good.
I'm good too, Maisie. Thank you for having me on. This is my first time on your show.
It is, yeah,
First time on your
your
channel as
first
well.
time. Love it. Today we are going to be talking about the Man United versus West Ham preview for tomorrow. How are you feeling for the game, Talk?
Yeah, I'm expecting a proper bounce back. As you know, that's what we really want to see. You know, the performance and not just from the players but also from Ollie himself was questionable, and I'm sure they will have learned massively from that. And the boys are going to want to bounce back and show not just the fans but Ollie as well. That there's more about them than that result. So I'm expecting a really great performance tomorrow. Howdy, Reece.
Hey, Reece.
Fashionably late.
As always.
Hey, Reece, it's been a while.
I do things on my own time. You all know that.
Static, I know you're not a United fan, so what are you thinking about the game? How do you think it's going to go?
Well, I just want to say to everyone, I am actually an Arsenal fan, but I can have a conversation with Man United fans. So, yeah, so I'm not going to rub it in too much about your loss to Young Boy. So, yeah, the less we say about that, the better, I think. I think it's going to be a really open game. I think West Ham are definitely on a high, and they definitely want to. Are they play at home?
West Ham are at home, yes.
Yeah, they definitely want to put on a good show against Man United, especially with you've got Ronaldo. That's definitely want to try to bounce back from the defeat a few nights ago now. So, it's hard to say about this game. I think it's going to be close, but it's also going to be open. But I think you guys might be a little bit too strong for West Ham.
And Reece, what are you thinking about the game?
It'll be a smash and grab. Simple as that. It'll be a smash and grab.
Yeah. I feel like I think we might just get it. I think we're going to end up winning, but you don't know what will happen, do you, in terms of games? Anything can really happen. So what I'm going to do first, before we do questions, I'm going to do what we think the lineup is going to be for tomorrow. So we'll just do it as a panel, and then everyone in the live chat, what you think, also say in the comments, because I'd like to know everybody's opinion also. So I thought I'd do it on the create formation here. So we will start here first as the goalkeeper. I'll start with you, Reece, first. It's probably going to be a straightforward answer, and everyone's going to probably agree.
The best goalkeeper at the club, De Gea.
And Static, Talk, you thinking the same?
I'm joking.
No.
You're both thinking De Gea as well?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, it's got to be De Gea, without a doubt.
Yeah, De Gea is definitely going to be starting. He's not put a foot wrong in, has he, at this moment in time this season? So at this moment in time, there's no reason why we should drop him.
Exactly.
Yeah, I agree.
And I'll go with you, Talk. Who do you think our centre-backs are going to be?
Oh, well, it's got to be Varane and Maguire.
Are you thinking the same, Static, Reece, Maguire and Varane?
Yeah, I agree. It's the strongest back line. It's the strongest centre-backs, 100%.
Yeah, agreed.
Yeah, Varane needs to start. It's just, I love watching Varane. Yeah.
You love watching Maguire too, Maisie. I'm not suggesting anything. I'm just saying, yeah, I know you like watching players play.
If the comments is wondering, Static is learning to speak Manc and teaching him some Manc commands and do you know some Manc phrases? What do you think about that, Static?
I mean, no comment.
that another time.
You can't learn off Coronation Street though, static, mate. That's
Who
not going
says
to
I
work.
was?
Bro.
I got Man Utd
You just said in the
friends,
background, you just said you've been listening to
including you
Coronation
guys.
Street.
I'll go with
Yeah.
you, Static. Who you think our left back is going to be?
Luke Shaw. It has to be Luke Shaw.
Yeah, 100% Luke Shaw.
Yeah, Roberto Carlos.
Yeah.
He needs to step up as well. He needs to step up these couple of games.
Mm-hmm.
I think we are going to see that though, Reese. I think we're going to see, you know, because listen, they are playing for all. There's no two ways about that. So, you know,
True. He has been a little bit of a hit and a miss as of late, so he just needs to iron out a few cracks in his game.
It's just a bit more the defensive side what's let Shaw down a little bit, because still going forward is absolutely brilliant. I think it's just a bit more of the defending at the moment what's a bit lacking at this moment in time, but maybe it might be because it's just the first couple of games of the season and he needs to get back into the ropes, so hopefully he might get back into it, but if not, we do need to look at see what's going on there as well.
Guys,
Definitely.
is it just me, or is Luke Shaw playing more of a wing back than an actual left back?
Yeah, he's not been, in terms of his role, he has been playing much higher up, so
yeah,
I agree.
I thought so.
I want to see him do more underlapping as well, because the overlap, if you're playing against a team that's parking a bus, you're trying the overlap, you're going to get outnumbered. But the opposite, you know, using his use, because he's quite pacey, you know, he can move when he wants to. So, you know, whoever's going to be on that left hand side, if they play to the space and get outnumbered, then for him to come up, support, and then cut inside, boom, and provide a pass, you know, that work. I want to see him do more of that, but not to carry the ball too far, because that's a danger. Because then there's a huge gap, there's huge hole there down the left hand side. And we don't want that.
We've got Tony here now. Hey Tony, how are you?
Hi Maisie, how you doing?
That's all his accents, his crazy accents, man.
So at least I'm not the only one, guys.
Good evening, everyone. How are we all?
Good evening.
All right, Tony. All right, mate. Sounds
Right, so, yeah, we're out there, top. Yeah, we're out, mate.
That's a crazy accent, man.
Everyone wants to speak Mang. It's the best accent in the UK.
Yeah, mad for it.
Reese, mate, come on, Reese. You know it's
not bad.
Probably know that.
Nope, sorry. I put my own accent over the Manc first.
No, mate.
No.
You're Scotty.
Of course,
You're a wee laddie.
I choose my accent every time.
No, you're right, everything, man. You know. You got to get that.
Interpreter, please. Where are the subtitles?
I need it for you lot.
yeah. Reece is an interpreter for me, amazing.
Reece is just disappointed about Burnley today, aren't you, mate? You're just going about them, man. About them losing. Aren't you, mate?
Reece, let me just say something. It wasn't me who told him about your Burnley shirt. It wasn't me.
I don't even. The funny thing is, I don't own a Burnley shirt.
That's what I said, mate.
No one should.
It's not me that owns a Burnley shirt. It's Connor.
And he's a delusional one. Yeah.
If you support Burnley, you must be delusional. So.
Yeah, mate. Yeah, definitely. Good.
Tony, who do you think's going to be our right back for tomorrow? Because I know Dallo came on, didn't he, when Wan-Bissaka got sent off. So do you think maybe he might switch around to Dallo, or do you think he might remain with Wan-Bissaka?
Well, he might still stick with Wan-Bissaka, even though he done that stupid tackle, of course. But I still think he's probably got the more sort of pace and more going in than Dallo. I don't really rate Dallo at all, to be honest. So I think maybe Wan-Bissaka will probably stay there. I would have thought. So
what's everyone else thinking as well? Is everyone else thinking Wan-Bissaka, or do you think Dallo might be coming through?
Yeah,
Wan-Bissaka.
As long as there's no As long as there's no
Guys, sorry to
injury.
interrupt. Sorry, I'm sorry to interrupt. I'm losing signal. I have to get off. Keep the chat going. I'll respond to the live chat.
Yeah, no
problem.
worries,
Thanks
me
for
on my
coming on.
case,
Thank
See you,
you.
mate. Ciao, ciao.
I'll be in live
Cheers,
chat, guys.
State. See you later, mate.
See ya.
Ka-chow.
Yeah, like I say, as long as
Good
there's no
chow.
injury concerns,
I saw that.
I think he will stick with Wan-Bissaka. I mean, Delor's better at going forward than Wan-Bissaka. There's no doubt about that.
Definitely.
But, you know, I mean, you can't. Ollie's not going to drop him just because of one mistake. You know, he sort of slightly overstretched, and it was just split second mistiming. You know, it's nothing to be overly concerned about. You know, what concerned me more in that game was Jesse Lingard's total lack of concentration.
Yeah.
Terrible.
We'll get onto that later.
Yeah. Lingard in the bin. Should be in the bin, mate.
I'll go with you, Talk. Who do you think is going to be in our midfield position? What partnership do you think it's going to be?
Well, for me, I'd like to see, as crazy as it sounds, I'd like to see Pogba, Fred, Sancho, Bruno, Greenwood. That's the vibe I'd like to see in the middle of the park there. Obviously, with Ronnie up front.
Yeah. Rashford, though, he might not come on yet, might he, with him only just coming back to training?
Rashford, I don't know. I mean, the question you got to ask yourself is would Ollie, if Rashford's fit, would he put him on in place of Sancho?
Easy.
Just as a kind of, you know, look, I know you've just signed for the club, kid, but at the end of the day, you've got to give us more than what you've given us already. And I know it's early days and all the rest of it, but even so, you know where you're going to when you sign for Man United. You know what it's all about. So, you know, I'm not one for them like buying into that. Oh, a bit of time here and a bit of time there. We ain't got that kind of time. You know, you look at Man City today. Man City again dropping points.
Yeah,
you know,
good from Southampton, by the way. Big up to them, you know.
I called that, by the way. I said Man City would not beat Southampton.
Well,
you know
what
performance by them, though. Brilliant.
Yeah, they played well, Southampton. I'll tell you who I thought played well as well, which I know we're not supposed to talk about, but I want to just give them a shout out because I thought Crystal Palace against Liverpool, I thought they were great. They were so lucky that they couldn't score.
Unlucky, really. Yeah.
Palace should have went 1-0 up in that game. Like that chance they had, should have scored.
Yeah, and also Liverpool's how they didn't get like a stack of yellow cards. That referee was super like way too lenient.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
Some of these refs lately are pretty shit, aren't they? Sorry, you know, I've got to say it, but they're shit, you know.
Well,
sack the English refs and bring in some Germans.
Do you know what? You do know that Alex Ferguson, right, in behind closed doors, in games between first team and reserves, he would bring in European refs.
They're the best.
When Champions League games were coming up, he would that's what he would do, because then they would ask him, wait a minute, boss, why are you doing that? Why who's this ref? What's all about? And it's like so you understand what they're not going to allow and what they will allow, because you know you don't want to be making a really really terrible mistake in a European game, and we're losing a player, you know. So
exactly,
and it worked.
Reece, Tony, what do you think in terms of the midfield partnership? What do you think Ollie might go for?
I still think probably obviously Pogba will be there. Probably Fernandes, that's the proper pronunciation, isn't it? So apparently, so yeah, maybe those two. Do you think you need a CDM or what, or the DM there? I don't know. So it'd probably only be like Fred, but you know, I don't really know who else they got that could do that. But McTominay's still out, isn't he? So
he's come back to training now, McTominay. If he's 100% fit, though, I'm not too sure, but I know he's back in training.
He's travelled. He's travelled with the squad.
Maybe he might be on the bench.
He may be on the bench. He may, you know what? He may start him.
He'll start. He'll start. He done it against Leeds, even though he was injured. He'll start him.
All right.
So you think it's going to be a mixed red then, or do you think Pogba's going to be playing in that midfield role?
I'm going McTominay, Pogba.
Possibly, yeah. Depends how he wants to play it.
Fred had a good game in midweek. You shouldn't realistically drop him. He had a good game in midweek. So I think dropping
he did
him's a bit
actually,
harsh.
yeah, he did have a good game.
Dropping
You're
him's
right.
a bit harsh, but it makes, if you are going to do it, then bring in McTominay, and that's fine. If not, you could get away with playing McFred, put Pogba on the wing. But I think right now is the best option is we play that pairing, and then Sancho off the left, Greenwood off the right, Fernandes simple through the middle, and then Ronaldo up top. It's our strongest lineup until Rashford is actually available for selection, because then we'll see just how good this team really is once he's actually in the team.
So what's everyone going for then? A McTominay or Fred?
I think he will start McTominay, to be honest.
Yeah, possibly.
I'm only going to say Fred just simply because of the game he had last game.
He doesn't deserve it. Yeah, he doesn't deserve to get dropped.
No, he doesn't deserve to get dropped, and also he's we can rely upon him to do a job. All right, I know his passing isn't the greatest, and blah blah.
That's not what he's there for, anyway, is it? Really?
And also the team, the continuity and the harmony in the squad.
Yeah.
It's. So I just think you may well start him, and like you say, McTominay may be on the bench, and he may, if we need him, that is, McTominay. For me, this game tomorrow, if we control that midfield, if we have them chasing us in the midfield and chasing the ball, then I think it's going to be an early result. In other words, I think we'll put them to bed quite early on in the game.
Yeah.
So by half time,
I don't think it'd be that easy though. So I think I rate West Ham. I really do. I think they're a decent team,
It'll be a smash and grab for me. It's not going to be easy. I think they'll dominate us in midfield. I think they'll dominate us in midfield.
This is where the problem lies. They shouldn't be. They should not be dominating our midfield. Look at the
No, of course not.
Look at the players.
They got the inferior midfield to yours, haven't they? In a way.
Exactly. So let's not forget they've got no Mikel Antonio. They're going to be playing.
That's a real miss for them. A real miss.
In Benrahma out as well.
No, he's fine.
He's fine.
I think Jared Bowen will probably start up front.
Yeah, Bowen's a good player though. I rate him as well.
But even still, I mean, come on, let's have it right. I mean, we should have enough. We've got enough here to beat this team. And like I say, if we play it right, in my opinion, I think by half time we should be 2-0 up. That's what I'm hoping for anyway. But like I say, you don't know. You just don't know with this team how they're going to play.
We're better than them. We're better than them technical wise, but in terms of physical, they're much better than ours. That's why it's going to be tomorrow. It's going to be a complete smash and grab. It's because of that reason. It's going to be tough tomorrow. I still think we'll win, but it's not going to be. This is going to be our hardest game till Liverpool.
I think it'll be a piece of piss, is it at all?
The thing is it depends as well. It depends on how hard they press us and how high up the pitch they press us. If they try to play the kind of right, you can have the ball, at the halfway line, but as soon as you start to threaten towards our 18-yard line, then we're going to press. Then I think that's where we can really do some damage because of the players that we've got who can make great movement, the passing ability that we've got, and also Cristiano Ronaldo up front. He only needs even a slight scent of the goals, and he's going to bang that ball. So, but if they come right up at us again, if he puts like 2 players or 3 players up to come after us, to really to harass us, and then with a kind of not like sitting right back, but sitting deep enough back to where there's not really any space in behind. You know that if you do that against this Man United team, we're going to be in trouble because we don't seem to be able to cope with that very well. It's when they do a Leeds, which is the first one that I said, where they give you that space just before the 18-yard line. Then when we can, that's when we can hurt teams. But if they get up at us and cause us problems in that, in our own half, with 3 up chasing us, that could be. And he might just do that, David Moyes. He might just think, you know what, it's worth the risk because, if he decides to do the opposite of what I've just said, then either way, it could be a bad day at the office for him.
Yeah, so I put Bruno Fernandes on there as the attacking midfielder because we all know Bruno Fernandes is not going to get dropped. In terms of the front three, I was thinking because Rashford isn't that fully fit yet, I was thinking they'd probably go Sancho left, Ronaldo up front, and Greenwood on the right. What does everyone else think?
Same
Yeah,
three.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
Be good.
Yeah, so should we go for that then?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great.
I mean, and when you say that, like Jadon Sancho, Mason Greenwood, and Cristiano Ronaldo. I mean, come on, let's have it right. It's that in itself, just those three players alone is enough to put a wind up you.
Yeah.
So
Cool.
I mean, it's this midfield is this is the key here, and we know that Pogba, Fred, and Fernandes. What I really want to see is as we start off in a 4-2-3-1, I want to see him go to like a converted or inverted kind of 4-3-3, so it's 4-1-2-3. But with Fred being disciplined and sitting just in front of Varane and Maguire and providing that out ball, the recycler, as I keep saying and banging on about, but it's so important. So important. If you're going to have sustained attacks, you have to have that. Liverpool displayed that perfectly today. If you just watch back on that game, watch how they were doing that. Whenever they were when Palace were trying to press them, the ball's gone right back to what's his name? Is it Fabinho? The big guy.
Yeah.
Fabinho or Devon Thiago, and bang, it gets moved on. Then they're chasing. Then they're going right. Oh, we got to go over that side now, and then back over this side, and that's what we need. We don't want Fred getting too far advanced, because if he does, that invites Varane and Maguire to have to come up the pitch, so there's no huge gap. They have to come up. Whereas if he sets the line as to where he wants them to be, then you're comfortable, because if he spots any attack starting to build up, he can use his busyness to get in there, to give them something to think about, make a decision. At which point, Wan-Bissaka, Luke Shaw are back. Maguire and Varane are then ready. We're not going to get caught cold-footed.
Yeah, he's got to play the holding role, isn't it? Really there.
Yeah.
Is everyone happy with this lineup?
Yeah, I still think he got the best to come from Sancho. He hasn't proven, he hasn't done nothing yet, but I think he will. You just got to keep playing him.
I hope you're right, sort of, because the kid has got, again, for me, I said it the other day, and Reece, you remember saying this, if with Sancho being out there on the left, if he's going to go out on the left, if he's got players coming towards him, and they're just going to say, well, we're going to put double up on you, so you ain't got no chance. Okay, so then we want an underlap from Luke Shaw. So it goes out to Sancho, but he quickly releases it with Luke Shaw coming back up to receive. But if they don't, Sancho, I think because it's so early on in his days at Old Trafford, I've not really seen him be as successful yet at taking players on and beating a couple of players and getting into the real danger area. He always seems to lose the ball and get dispossessed. So for me, I'd like to see him staying out there. If they give him that space, stay out there, and between him and Shaw, work the crosses in. And if they start to twig onto that and then think, whoa, shit, wait a minute, we've got a problem here. And David Moyes, says, hey, listen, you need to do something about that, because them two are getting the numbers on you and they're putting the ball in from that area. Then again, there's options, there's options for Ollie to and the coaches to work with. But it's always easy for us to sit here and say all this, innit? But it just makes total sense to me. It makes total sense for me. I mean, I don't know, like I say, I always ask people, anyone who's played the game, I don't understand how it sometimes seems so difficult to have simple things done in the game when that's football is a very simple game. It's not it's not complicated.
Some people overcomplicate it sometimes, don't they?
Pep Guardiola.
Content.
and his six fans.
Charlie's one of them.
We'll quickly go through these comments anyway, and then we'll just go to the questions that I had of the panel and also the live chat. We'll start with yours first, Talk. What's a big up to as well, Talk?
Big up, Tom. Big up yourself.
Hi, Gareth. Thanks for tuning in. And we've got Ankit here. Hi, Ankit. Thank you for tuning in.
Ankit.
And we've got James here. Hi James, thank you as well for tuning in, and thank you too for
Rich, big up,
for
Rich.
tuning in. We also have Ginger. Hi Ginge, thank you
Big up,
as well
Ginge.
for tuning in. And we have Diego here as well. Thank
Big
you,
up, Diego.
for tuning in.
Unlucky to your team, mate. Unlucky today.
Yeah, I thought they did. Well, they were unlucky. The referee was very, very lenient indeed. They're playing well for Vieira, and I did say that they would do that because I think Vieira's the kind of man that you would want to play well for, not just because of what he did in the game, but he's got that kind of personality.
Proper
about
legend. Proper legend.
James has said it's a great win for Brentford, which it was a good win for Brentford.
Cheers, James.
Brentford
Thanks,
played
mate.
amazingly today. If you didn't watch the game, it was really good. It should have been 6-0 up.
We're totally buzzing at the moment. Brilliant.
Diego said brilliant accent. I hope it's about my Mancat accent and Torque's Mancat accent. I hope so. You mean in that one, Diego?
Shade. Christ.
No, it's still about that. It's not about that. Like, you know, you're not talking about like Reese's accent, like, you know.
Shady.
Hey up, Jimmy.
Jason thinks it's gonna be 3-1 as well.
Fucking more shade thrown than lip balm. Son.
Oh, look at that. Diego's put. Look.
Does Reese own a Burnley shirt? I'm in shock.
Diego, I'll tell you this in a wise guy. He does. I've seen it on his wall. Okay, Burnley all over, emblazoned on his wall, proud as punch.
He put lights around it.
Yeah, he said, "Hey, Talk, do you think I'm going to look like a wise guy if I put this shirt on?" I said, "I'll tell you one thing's for sure. If you put it on, you're gonna get laughed at."
Why are you reciting one of my favourite movies with that in that way?
They're good fellas.
Fucking, you just mocked good.
Yep. I agree with Static there. It's either going to be McTominay or Fred, but probably out of the both, I probably would have thought Fred just because Fred is a bit more fit than McTominay at the moment.
Yeah,
it makes sense. Yeah.
He has travelled, but he has been out for a bit. Diego said the referee was dreadful.
Yeah,
he's been dreadful in a lot of games, so he's also said he's done with the refs as well.
I don't blame you, Diego, because I'll tell you something. I was watching that game, and I mean, yeah, okay, listen, you know what? Palace, you need to get you need a couple of players. There's no two ways about it. However, even still, you know, there were some good opportunities, but the refereeing could have made a whole different story out of that game had they been in a position where they had to think a little bit more about what they were doing. But they didn't, because he didn't give anyone a yellow card. I think it was only until, was it like the second half maybe, when who did he show a yellow card to now? Was it Jordan Henderson? I think Jordan Henderson picked up a yellow. Can't remember anybody else. So forget about it. Or as Reece would say,
some of them you think, why were they even yellow cards? Why? You think why? What are the tackles? There's nothing half of them, and they give them yellow cards.
Well, I don't understand it. The inconsistency in the refereeing, I don't understand, because it's, you know, I don't want to swear, but it does. It really baffles me. It baffles me.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's putting it politely.
I hate to go off topic, guys, right? Because you know, like generally,
Burnley.
It's what I do best. It's what I do best. Fuck off.
Go there, mate. You got to be careful with it.
I'm just reading the live chat. I hate, obviously, concerning is what I do best, and I always ask shit just to see what's going on. But what is going on with Jason's comments?
Jason, where? What?
Yeah.
Like,
I'm not going to put them on the screen. Just some of them do have inappropriate language, so I don't want to.
I know we've all got a bit in the laugh. We've all got a bit in the laugh and a joke. I mean, I swear like a chimney, but at least it's controlled. But like, who's the two-faced people around here? If there's something going on, like, and you want to talk about it, then reach out to one of us and we'll speak about it. But
what's he saying?
Didn't be reading the live chat. He's saying I'm off. Probably won't be back for a month or so till I'm back myself again. Plus, there's too many two-faced people around.
No.
Jason, mate, listen. Jason,
last time I checked, I've only got one face.
Message me, mate. I've got about 25 accents.
That's true. That's true.
Hey, swear,
Many accents.
Whatever is going on, like, I'm always around, but like in all general respect, I don't think this is the time and the place to make such comments on a stream. But
Oh, that's not like Jason, is it?
If you do need to speak to somebody, reach out. Don't just go off on an aggressive tangent in the live chat. It's not the best thing to do in terms of it. It's not the best thing forward.
No,
reach out and speak to somebody, but then go all two-faced and all that shit, right? There's no need. Excuse my language, but it's Scottish. It's what we do best.
I think Jason's having a tough time at the moment. That's what it is. He is having a tough time, so you got to try and give him some slack a bit, you know.
Oh, I'm not diving into him. I'm just saying, like, it's probably not the best thing to get all aggressive in a live chat. But if he is needing somebody to speak to, then just reach out to us.
We'll just change the subject now anyway, and
I think it's best to somehow.
It's best to change that subject, but so I will change the subject now, and I will start with this question: will Antonio's suspension be a blow for West Ham? I'll start with you first, Tony. What do you think?
Of course it is. Of course it's a blow. He's been immense, hasn't he? He's been a total beast this season, and I just wish he could play for England myself, but I know he's not. Is it Jamaica he's with or something?
What are his numbers this season? Is it about 4 goals and 4 assists or something?
Yeah.
It's quite impressive, to be fair. I mean, the guy's, he's a big unit, he's a good player, and
he is.
Yeah, he's going to definitely be a miss for him. But, I mean, it's always, you never can tell what would have happened, what might have happened and all that. It's always conjecture, and at the end of the day, I just think, even if he was there, I still believe we've got far too much quality for them to beat us. I really believe that.
I mean, I compare him a bit to Traore, for Wolves. The guy's like a big brick shithouse, isn't he? Traore, and he's so quick as well. I mean, we couldn't handle him today. I know we won and everything, but we just couldn't stop him today. He just, one little jink and he's gone, and he's quick and he gets past someone and crosses it in or whatever. Okay, his final delivery is not great all the time, but you know what you're going to get with him, but you can't stop him. Yeah. And Antonio's the same. He's the same in that respect.
He definitely uses his strengths, to help him when in that forward position. But I mean, come on, let's have it right against Varane and Maguire. Don't know. Not sure.
Yeah. It's definitely a miss.
With West Ham, they are lacking in that kind of role as well. So now that Antonio is suspended, they've got to use a false 9. Our team is miles stronger when you do look at West Ham, but you still do not know what's going to happen at the end of the day, because any football game is so unpredictable. And West Ham are a really strong side, and you've actually noticed that last season, and they actually have stayed consistent even in Europe.
That's the thing here, is Maisie. This is the point I was making earlier. Is that, listen, when you look at our team, that lineup we've just said, that lineup there, especially that midfield. Pogba's great at holding up the ball, finding passes, ball retention. You've got Bruno, who's the magician, Magnifico. You've got somebody or either Fred, who are workhorses and will just hunt you down, get in your face, and make it difficult for you. So, I mean, when you put that all together, that midfield really should be ours. It should be ours.
Yeah.
They should be the ones who are afraid to try and dominate the midfield by getting up in our faces, thinking it's okay, we're going to just press you and get possession of the ball because it's easy to do. They should be afraid of our midfield, and this is what I'm expecting. Is, like I said before, for them to, only want to press us when we get into the near the danger zone. I don't really believe for a minute. I don't think David Moyes is going to have that kind of game plan that he's going to think that he can really take that midfield off us, because I can't see it. I just can't see it. But having said that, this is where for me the coaching issue comes into play. Is if we fail to hold the midfield, even though we're being given the license to do so, and they sniff that and smell that and think, wait a minute, this isn't quite working for you, so we're going to try and make some out of that, and then they start to push up higher up the pitch. then we will see a problem.
Yeah, definitely. I agree with that completely. I've got my next question here on what we all think the score predictions are going to be. What do you think the score is going to be, Reece?
2-0 Man United. I think we'll take them. I don't think we're going to get a lot of chances tomorrow, but the chances we do get, we should take them. Because West Ham, with all fairness, they still have some dangerous players in there. We've seen it before. We need to neutralise them tomorrow, and if we do that, we attack them really well, then we'll score. But it just depends on how things go in the day, really. But yeah, I'm going 2-0 Man United.
Okay, yeah. And who do you think is going to score then?
I don't care, it's just as long as we score.
I think Ronaldo probably get one, wouldn't he?
Probably Ronaldo and Greenwood, but I honestly don't care who scores just as long as we win. We need the 3 points because we need to. And to be fair, I want more than 2 because I want us to go back above Liverpool in the league. So if we win 4-0, I'll be happy.
Talk. What do you think the score is going to be?
Yeah, I said the same as Reece, 2-0. I think it's a reasonable expectation. However, yeah, I would like more. Obviously, put us above Liverpool in the top of the table there. So, but I'll be happy with 2-0. I'll be honest with you, it's early days in the season. You know, this is why I think it's not such a big deal for City because, as Reece quite rightly points out, City are the team who they'll be like, yeah, go on, then go on, I'll give you a head start because we all know at some point, whether it may be the next game or the game after that they're going to go on to a run and they're just going to tear down every team that comes in front of them. And they're going to win like 10, 12, whatever amount of games back to back. And then whoosh, there's going to be a gap. And so this is where we need to be right on our mettle to keep. This is what we don't want to happen. Like last season, we don't want these draws or even worse losses. So that it gives City that once they do go on that run,
the impetus. Yeah.
They've got the buffer. You know, they've got the buffer, haven't they? They've got that points difference, and you know, in terms of other teams, the other teams, shall I say, the Chelsea and the Liverpool, don't know, still a bit of an unknown quantity for me, but just simply because, especially Liverpool, just because of the squad depth and the AFCON in January. They're going to want to accrue as many points as possible before January because once Salah and Mane, is there anyone else who's going to be leaving that squad?
Salah, Mane, Naby Keita, I think he plays. I think he's from Guinea. I think so. That's 3. Where's Shamaika's from? Is he Greek?
Greek. I think he's Greek.
So he's fine. So I was thinking I wasn't sure if he was from an African nation or not.
But even still, because you take those two players,
so. Yeah,
you take those 2 players out, then that's a big ask for them to go and carry on doing what they were doing.
And they got strength in depth, would they? They didn't buy anyone, did they? So
no. And I think Chelsea are on the way to being found out.
Joe Matip as well.
Yeah, I was going to say that. Was he with? I can't remember now. Is it Morocco or something? I don't know.
So that's 4 players: Matip, Keita, Salah, and Sadio Mane. It's 4 that play pretty much every game.
That's gutting.
Rip the guts out of them, isn't it? Them really.
The whole AFCON tournament, the African Cup of Nations shouldn't be during January anyway. It should be like that should be set during the summer.
Yeah, just like obviously the Euros and
the Copa America and all that. Yeah, exactly. Like it's pointless why it's done in January. It's pointless.
I'm never going to watch another Copa America though. that final was the most diabolical thing I've ever seen.
Yeah.
I know.
Brazil
were all night to watch it.
It was crap.
It was shocking, wasn't it?
Every 2 seconds, someone's on the floor.
The name, like Neymar getting ripped to pieces, like not literally, even though I don't like him. Like what was going on with him was shocking. Like ripping his shirt and all that.
That's crazy.
It's professional football, not fucking UFC.
Bit too aggressive for it.
UFC.
Tony, what do you think the score's going to be?
Well, originally I was going to say something like maybe 1-1, 2-1, but I actually think I'll go with the other lads here and say it's probably be 2-1 United. because I think they will just edge it, only just, because I think West Ham are a pretty decent team. But Man United, I think, are going to try and forget that result the other day. I'm sure you are trying to, but they want to come back with a bang and make a statement. So I think they will just about beat West Ham.
Yeah, I was thinking the score was going to be 3-2. That's what I thought the score was going to be. I'll check the comments of what everybody else thinks the score is going to be too. Diego did put an interesting fact, which was since Antonio's debut in 2015, West Ham has won 41% of Premier League games, in which he has started 56 out of 137, compared to just 28% when he doesn't, 25 out of 90. And that is an incredible stat, to be honest. It just shows how crucial Antonio is to West Ham.
Exactly.
Good stat, that, Diego, mate. Good stat. Like it.
If we want some stats, we'll go to you in future, Diego.
Oh, Stato Diego.
Yeah. You know what it reminds me when I see his name? I always think about, hey, G-Manny, Diego. What's that film? What's that film?
Oh, good.
Surely you know the film. You've all seen it, haven't you?
Don't know. What is it? Mark's seen it.
No comment.
The sloth, the mammoth, and the saber-toothed tiger.
Do you mean Ice
Age? Ice
Age. Oh, right. Yes. No, I don't watch things like that, mate. I watch kiddie stuff.
Listen, I've got my son, mate. Listen, we watched, like Cars the movie, Toy Story, Ice Age, all of them, like back to back for years, and like I know them all inside out, mate. So if you have a quiz, Rich, please do a quiz about Ice Age, Toy Story.
Talk binge watches on, didn't you, mate?
No. I'll slam it, mate. I'll slam it.
I've just been looking at some of the scores across the world today. Jesus Christ, there's been some big results. Bayern winning 7-0, Inter winning 6-1, Ajax winning 9-0. Mad results. Best result of the day though is Atletico drawing 0-0.
Oh man, that's crazy.
I'll go for everyone's predictions as well. Static thinks 2-1 Man United. James is thinking the same.
Yeah, we'll go for that.
Is Diego. He thinks Man United will be 2-0 up at half-time. And that's what you said as well, wasn't it, Talk? Static has asked, do a catchphrase again at the end of the show, please.
I don't have catchphrases.
Was it like that show? Say what you see. You remember that show? See what you see. What's the catchphrase? Ray Worker.
What's he doing now? Just see what you see.
It's close enough. I'll give it to you. Yes, I love that show. I love that.
Do you remember 3-2-1?
Oh, good, man. Yeah, you're going back there. I do remember that.
Bullseye.
Ted Rogers. Yeah.
Bullseye was the one.
Yeah, I love
Bullseye, yeah. Yeah, Jim Norris.
You know what I used to do after watching it?
Great, super smashing, lovely. Here's what you could have won.
We couldn't afford a dartboard, so I used to use the back of the door. My mum seen it, and, oh, mate.
Yeah, with all the holes in it, wasn't it?
Yeah.
To be fair, City couldn't hit the bullseye today. It was disallowed.
Actually, do you know what? I didn't see the actual incident. Was there what was it? Was it offside or I don't know what it was?
Offside, yeah. VAR ruled it.
It was last minute as well. Last minute, wasn't it?
Yeah. Then they rescinded the Walker red card.
Yeah, he came back on.
Yeah, he came back on. I was like,
Roy Worker.
I was like, Southampton are still not going to lose this game.
Yeah,
that's two. I think that's 2 seasons in a row. That I think Man City have failed to beat Southampton at St Mary's. I think.
What shame, mate.
What I'm going to do now, I'm going to wrap up the show. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Thank you for a great panel talk.
Thanks for letting me on again, mate. Thanks.
You're all absolutely amazing. Love having you, all three of you on. Thank you as well for the live chat. I've loved reading all your comments as well.
Yeah, brilliant, everyone. Thanks for that.
Absolutely amazing. I will be back next week. I'll be doing another. I'm going to be either doing a preview or match reaction of Man United versus West Ham for the Carabao Cup. Not too sure which one yet, but I will do one or the other. So it'll be either on Tuesday or it'll be on Wednesday.
Cool.
Great.
Are you watching the under 23s on Tuesday? EFL Cup on Tuesday. That's got to be quite a decent game. I actually watched all of our academy games today. I'm going to be watching the game on Tuesday, so I think you should probably get a watch. It's first round of the cup as well.
Yeah.
If anyone wants to know anything about our unders, go to Reese because Reese knows it all. But
There's people that know more than I do, but I'm just proud of the academy boys. I need to watch more of the women's game, to be honest, because I don't watch any women's football except the World Cup, so that's going to change.
You should definitely watch it. It's really good, the women's football, and now it's on Sky, it's on BT now. You can catch it on MUTV. It's really good to watch, and I definitely recommend you on watching it.
Yeah, they play some good stuff, don't they?
I'll give it a watch. I've never. This isn't like just it's not a sexist thing or nothing. It's just I've never really been into women's football just because it was never really it was never up to the level that people could just sit and watch. But a lot of people are raving about it now, so I'm thinking
it's got a lot better now. I think
it must be better than what it used to be. So I'm going to give it a chance.
Try it. Man United versus Chelsea. Man United versus Chelsea. That's our next game, and it's the champions of the Women's Super League at the moment versus us. So it's going to be a really good game. So definitely watch that one, and then let me know what you think. Let me know what you think.
I mean, I did see the goal at the weekend, though.
Didn't the England women win big the other day, wasn't it? The England women? Sorry, Ruth.
8-0.
Didn't the England women win big? 8-0, wasn't it? Yeah.
8-0 win, yeah, from what I've seen. A couple of Man United players scored as well.
One of them scored, Ella Toon. She scored the first goal. She's absolutely incredible. And the England women, Mary, she was the goalkeeper and got a clean sheet. She is Man United's current number one. Well, she's come through onto getting that started.
I only know a few of them. I'm just annoyed that what's her face went to Chelsea. Who's the last that went to Chelsea?
Lauren James.
Yeah, that was shit. But to be fair, she's not as bad as Alex Greenwood.
It's a bit of a shame because Lauren James, she is still quite young. She would be an amazing prospect, and she'd get a lot more game time for Man United than she would at Chelsea because Chelsea's squad is so strong right now. She couldn't even get onto the bench versus Arsenal, so
should still be ours. I mean, we've got some decent players. I mean, we had some of the Americans last year, but the only one I definitely know really well because I've watched international football is Katie Zellum. She's really good. She's our captain. Yeah, better captain than Alex Greenwood. That's all I'm saying. She gets around.
We'll shout out everyone's socials now anyway, and then we'll finish. Talk, where can we find you?
Our usual place, Twitter, iTalkMU. On this channel, Man United Agenda, Rich Sports, Football United TV, blah blah.
And Reese, where can we find you?
Virtually everywhere.
In the dark there at the moment.
I come at full screen. What's that?
Okay, you can have the full screen.
No, I don't want full. No, I don't want full screen. That's not what I'm saying.
Widescreen. We're doing widescreen.
I won't do it. Okay, I won't do it for you then.
I'm saying if I come at full screen on my laptop, like full screen of watching you guys, it will light up the screen. Twitter below, Devils Rising. Everywhere else, virtually, as soon as you find my tag, you'll know I'll be on YouTube. And Twitch, Reese_Lightning 1997, because I was on the other day. 6 finals in a row. I don't think Man City can beat that.
I actually watched him on Twitch today, and he was pretty good. Pretty good.
She doesn't want to say
big rating, isn't it?
She doesn't want to say great because she knows I'm better than her.
You've never seen him play. You've never seen him play.
What are you playing on, Reese? PC?
PS5.
Oh, PS5. Damn it. So I want to give you the game, mate. As I've got FIFA 21 on my laptop. I don't really play that often, but I kick your ass. There's no telling about that.
Is that right?
Yeah. Just telling you how it is, mate. It's simple, isn't it?
I thought I heard they were getting shit at those games, and then FIFA
I would like to be the ref of that game just so I can see what's going on.
Yeah, 4-1, 2-1-2, mate. You ain't gonna beat it. No chance.
Dude, I play a 4-2-3-1 hybrid, so I'd like to see how you get on.
Yeah.
Slapped 3-0. End of.
You would get slapped more than Spurs did last week. Put it that way.
But didn't Spurs slap you on one game?
No,
Oh,
I remember that game very clearly.
I don't.
Tony, where can we find you?
good. Well, I'm mainly slumming it on these streams like yours and whatever, and basically on Twitter at KingTony1, Facebook, things like that, basically.
Got to start paying your rent, Tony, as well, you know.
It depends how much I got to pay, mate.
To be fair, I don't think Tony has to pay rent. I think it's Arsenal fans and Palace fans. I think they need to pay Brentford rent because they're still thinking Brentford are shit.
Yeah. Exactly. We're buzzing above you at the moment. We're hovering above you, I'm afraid. Yeah.
Get to January and you're still above Arsenal in the league.
Yeah. Well, that's a no-brainer, isn't it? That's going to happen, isn't it? Surely.
Exactly. Not hard whatsoever, is it, at this moment in time? Thank you, everyone, for tuning in, and I will catch you all next week, ready to speak about the Carabao Cup for Man United versus West Ham. But until then, I will see you all soon. Goodbye.
Bye, everyone. Bye.
Ciao.
Ciao.